Zirconia. It's an absolute powerhouse in dentistry. But when you start talking about something as delicate and aesthetic as a laminate veneer, there's always been this one big question looming. Can you actually trust the bond? Well, today we're going to get a definitive answer to that.
And yeah, that really brings us right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's all about the bond. That's the one thing that keeps clinicians and technicians up at night. I mean, can we really, truly trust zirconia for veneers, or is that risk of one popping off just way too high?
So let's just ask the question straight up, exactly how Dr. Conejo and Dr. Blatz put it. Can you even make zirconia veneers? And maybe more importantly, is that bond actually good enough to be predictable for our patients, for the long haul?
Okay, so it turns out the answer is actually really, really clear. And what's so interesting is that the best evidence doesn't even come from studies on veneers. Nope, it comes from a totally different and frankly a much more demanding dental procedure.
So is the bond good enough? The answer is a huge, emphatic yes. And you know where we get the confidence to say that? From years and years of data on zirconia resin-bonded bridges. Just think about that for a second. A bridge is under constant, heavy chewing forces, way more stress than a veneer would ever see. And here is the number. This is the statistic that honestly changes the whole conversation. Zirconia resin-bonded bridges have a success rate of over 97% after 15 years. Let that sink in. 15 years. That's just an incredibly powerful piece of data.
And this just lays out the logic so perfectly. I mean, it's simple, right? If your adhesive bond is tough enough and durable enough to hold a whole bridge in place for over a decade, well, then it's absolutely, without a doubt, more than good enough for a laminate veneer, which takes way less of a beating.
Okay, so that leads to the next big question. How do we actually get that super predictable, super durable bond? Well, it's not magic. It's a very specific, evidence-based protocol. This is the key to all of it, the APC bonding concept.
So the APC concept is just a simple way to remember the steps. A is for air particle abrasion. That's how we get the zirconia surface ready. P is for a special primer that has MDP in it, which is this phosphate monomer that chemically grabs on to the zirconia. And finally, C is for your composite resin cement. APC. Simple as that.
And look, this isn't just some casual tip somebody came up with. This is a formalized, heavily tested protocol. The APC concept was developed by Dr. Marcus B. Blatz and his team, and it was designed specifically for bonding to tough ceramics like zirconia. It really is the proven recipe for success.
All right, so theory and protocols are one thing, but what does this actually look like in the real world, in the clinic? Let's take a look at some visual proof that shows just how solid of an option this really is.
Zirconia veneers really have their moment to shine in certain cases. They are an amazing choice when you have to block out a really dark tooth underneath, or maybe when a patient just wants that super bright, high-value, Hollywood white kind of smile. The opacity of the material just gives you so much aesthetic control.
And here it is. This is the proof. On the left, you see the beautiful initial result right after placing these zirconia veneers. Now look to the right, that's the same case 4 years later. Just look at the stability, the gum health, the color. Everything is holding up perfectly. That right there is what predictable bonding looks like.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? I think the source article sums it up perfectly. Zirconia might not be your go-to first choice for every single veneer case you do, but with the right protocol, like the APC concept, it is for sure a fantastic option to have in your back pocket. The question really isn't if you can do it anymore, it's when is it the right choice for your patient.